Well, here's somebody who's not a whole lot of fun. It's Elisabeth Kübler-Ross. I'm throwing her horoscope up because I find it so fascinating. Okay, she's the woman who wrote the book on death and dying, and now she's dying herself, only she's having a really hard time. The woman who helps so many people approach death and pass over is having a hard time, and I wonder why. Okay, Saturn, what are we afraid of? Wherever Saturn is, that's what we're afraid of. Her Saturn is in the house of death. She's afraid of her own demise. Okay, she was a Cancer, very loving and nurturing, with a Pluto, very powerful person, and a North Node. Pluto represents the transformation. It's the planet of change, transformation, and death. Isn't it interesting that she has Sun, Pluto, North Node connections to the world? I connect to the world in terms of death, you know, bringing the whole issue up, and this is really interesting. Okay. The ruler of her horoscope, to me, the old ruler, is Jupiter, and Jupiter's in the house of institutions, and she was a doctor and did a lot of research and spent a lot of time helping people in, behind the scenes in hospitals. What else do I want to say here? Let's see. She's very gifted as a communicator because her Venus is in the sign of Gemini. What do I love? I love books. I love communication. It's in the third house. She did write her own book, at least maybe one. I think she's written several. I haven't read them all. And this is a sign of somebody who would be gifted as a writer. Her Mars is in Aries, and Mars works really well in Aries. And her Mars, though, is square her Sun. So she stood up and bucked up against the system in order to bring her own philosophy in. Wow. And guess what? Guess what's on the midheaven? What is her career? It has to do with sharing a philosophy when Sagittarius is up there. It could be show business as well. But it, to me, is sharing a philosophy. Very unusual chart. Well, we'll talk more about her because I haven't done enough research on her. I'm just, fascinated with her horoscope. Now she is dying and she's having a really hard time doing it. She's very angry. And isn't it funny how people that help others sometimes cannot help themselves? We see that over.